Hello and welcome to this Angular video tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be covering how to create a beautiful and functional login and registration screen using Angular Material. If you're new to Angular or Angular Material, don't worry, we'll be covering the basics as we go along. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have an understanding of how to create a login and registration screen using Angular Material's powerful UI and component stylings. If you're new to the channel, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get to the code. So first and foremost, as here we are in our project, we have routed to the source, apps, and pages folder. So now we're gonna create like a component for our login page, and we'll also create another component for our actual registration page. Okay, that might take it some time, so okay, that's done. Let's go along and say registration. So in order for you to get up and running with this video, you can like install like Angular Material into your project, your Angular project. So I won't be going through that. Alright, so we can just now spin up this with the ng serve. So now we can just go to the pages. Let's start by creating our actual login screen. So what we'll need over here, we'll just say login container, right, and then we'll just have in our login content, right, and then over here would like to use our material fields, material form fields, right? And for this we'll need to like import some stuff. So we'll come over here into our actual Angular app modules, and first and foremost, we want to import our material input modules, right? And our mat form fields module. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now we'll need to like write some code over here. All right, so here we'll have like our mat label, right? So this will be our actual username. So our actual username, and then over here we'll have like our input. So our input, mat input, and then here we'll have like our actual type. So our type will be text, right? And yeah, that's all we need for now, right? So after inputting like our type, and we'll have this this is not form fields, but this is form field, right? Okay, I'll just try going all slow. All right, so we'll just copy this for the password, right? So over here we'll have password, right? And then here over here we'll have this as password. That's the actual type. And then now let's go ahead and actually try running all this. Alrighty, so we don't have this test page. Normally when I create my project, I like having like a actual test page. Okay, now let's see if this works, and we'll route to an empty screen, and this should route to a component to login, which is gonna be our initial file that loads. And then let's just put in a bit of some stylings. So over here we'll have our login container, right, and our login content, content, right? And then this would have like a width of like 100% to take out the whole width of the screen, right? And then it's display, we'll just use display flex, right? And then we'll just say align item center and justify content center, right? The same will apply for this content over here. Let's see. So we want to make this probably 80%. So this would fill up like 80% of the screen, and we'll just say display flex, right? We'll change the flex orientation, which is the flex direction, to column, right? So that our components get stacked like below one another. So yeah, let's now go ahead and test this page, right? Okay, I'll close this, login, and close that. Right, so now let's say local. Okay, let's go over there. Okay, now we see that we have these two, right? Okay, so now, okay, now we see we've got all those two over there. Let's see. So we'd like to have like a min height. So min height of 100 view height, right? Let's see what happens. Okay, this then goes directly to the middle, and we'll actually like to make this, let's try and make it 60% of the screen. Not quite bad, but yeah, you get the point. So here we would like to also change like the appearance and say this appearance should be outline. Let's see what that will do. Okay, now we have this nice looking input field. We're getting somewhere. So the next thing that we would like to do over here is also change this appearance for the second one to be outline, right? And then we'll just say over here, we'll use a p tag, and then we'll just call this a login screen, right? So over here we'll have login, and then just beneath over there we'll say welcome back, right? So this will be welcome back, and we'll try to style these, right? We'll call this title, and then we'll just say title intro, right? So let's get to it, right? So over here we'll use this title, right? We'll probably give it a font size of, okay, let's first like try to import our source, because we've got like a themes file, right? Themes file over here, and we'll just say font. Let's see the types of font size we have here in our themes file. So we've got 24. Okay, let's just add like maybe 30, 34. Yeah, which is not quite bad. So over here we'll say 34, and we need to change this to 34 as well. Righty. Okay, and then we'll say font weight should be bold, right? So bold is like 700. So yeah, and then we'll have a title. So let's see, title intro, right? Which will use it like a font size of like font 24 and a font width. So this will use a font width, no, font font weight, not font width. Sorry, my bad. Yes, this will use like a font weight of bold, and let's actually see what goes on, right? So we've got these two over there, right? And then what we'll like to do is try to say the width of this fits this content, because this should ideally be centered, right? So fit or not. Let's just say text align center, and then we'll just use a text align center, and then this should actually center it, right? Okay, so we've got both that over there, but we know that we haven't like added like our margins, right? But ideally here I think we do have like specific margins. So how we can go about fixing that is coming to our actual global styles, right? Over here we'll come to our global styles, and we'll say for everything, right, we just want our margin to be 0, right? So we'll probably try to add this over here, margin 0, box sizing, we'll just say border box, right? And then we'll just set global padding for all components or all tags to be 0. I think this should do the trick. Oh yeah, okay, so that removed that for everything, so now we can like manually just add our own padding, right? So over here I can just say we want to have a margin of maybe padding 16, no, margin bottom, so it's bottom. So we'll have like a margin bottom of 16. Okay, that should then do the trick. Alrighty, so yeah, so underneath that we'll try to put in like probably like a label for forgot password, right? So this will be like a p tag, and then we'll call this forgot password. Try giving this a forgot password, and then class, then we'll say forgot label. So this is the class for that forgot label, and then underneath there we'll try putting in like don't have an account, right? And then we want to have like a span over here. This will be if you don't have an account, please sign up, right? If you don't have an account, please sign up. So here we'll just say alternative, right? And then what else do you want to do, right? Okay, so the next thing that we would want to do is actually try to create like this line divider. I should be probably try being smart about this, right? So how can I go about doing this, right? So I can just say or, right, line divider, right? And then just put in like a p tag over here, p tag with like some text, which is gonna be or, right? And then this should probably try doing the trick, right? Okay, let's go. So over here we'll have this, and this will take in like this forgot will take in like a font of like probably 16, and then we'll just give it a color, a bluish color, right? Let's see in our themes what color can be given. Do we want to give it a primary color? Let's give it this primary color, which I think is going to be quite a bit dark, but either way, right, we'll give it this bluish color. this is for our our actual forgot password. And then if we come back here, we'll have this alternative login. So this alternative, right? Let's see. So we'll give it like a font of 14, which is the default font. Like the font size, the default font size here is 14. So the only thing we'll just do is actually give it maybe a font width of like 500 to make it a bit bold. And yeah, that should be it. And then when I have like the span over here, and with the span we probably want to give it that primary color, right? Which is primary color, right? This should make this actually blue, right? And then let's come here and try doing this line divider stuff, right? Let's see what this would do. All right. So with this line divider, let's just try making it a border, right, of 1 pixels, solid, and we'll make it black. Let's see. So that's that. Let's see if I've got like a actual border over here. So let's call this thin border. We'll just say 1 pixel solid and RGBA 0.5, right? Okay, this will be called thin border, right? Let's see if we give it this thin border, right? And this should actually try doing the trick for us, right? Alrighty. So now what we would want to do is actually just say, right? So now we've got this thin border, right? But we want to set this position to relative, right? And the actual P tags position to absolute. Now let's see what happens. So now we've got this thin border over here, which is quite fine, right? So let's try to fix some stylings over here, right? So this over here will say align item to center. That's for this text. And then for this alternative, we'll do the same thing where we actually align this text to the center. Okay, this is fine. This login is actually taking some time. But anyways, at least if you guys actually understand what I'm actually doing, I think that's better than making these videos quite quick. So okay, now let's move into this or line divider, right? So with this, I would like to have like maybe a background, like the background color for this to be white. And then we'll just try maybe making this with 30 pixels, right? Or 20. Yeah, but I think 30 pixels is fine. So now let's see what happens. Alrighty, we're getting to something, right? All right. So now what we can do is actually say, since this, so we can just say top, right? And then let's minus 25, 25%. Okay, that's bad. That should be like 100 or something, but we can just work it out here. Is this even moving this? I think it is, but not the greatest, right? So let's just try this translate. Let's see. Transform, translate y, and okay, let's try it in terms of percentage. Okay. Let's try 50. 50 should be putting it somewhere in the middle, okay? I think this is not quite bad, right? So we'll remove this instead and just make this 50, right? And we'll make this 50, and then we'll just text align this to the center. Righty. So now let's see what actually happens. Right, if we text align that to center, and now what we can do is say left. So we can set this left to 50 pixels, right? And then for this transform, translate, right? We'll actually want to say minus 50, which is the X. So minus 50 to center this, right? Because this will be plus 50, then we need to shift it back 50% just to center it, right? And then this X and Y should be then minus 50. Okay, that's fine. Yes, that should now do the trick for us. Righty. So what we would like to do is actually say we would want to have maybe a margin top of like 20 pixels. I think 20 pixels is not even proper. Let's try this 40 pixels. Yes. So we're actually getting somewhere. We're actually getting somewhere. It's just that now I'm skeptical about this thin line, right? Let's see. Should we try saying this is just the border top? Yeah, let's try making it a border top. Yes, just to make that line a bit thinner, because what's happening is it's trying to make a border top and bottom, which then makes this 1 pixels to be 2 pixels, right? Yeah. Alrighty. So would have been done for that, and then now we'd wanna like create this login or this Google login component, right? Yes, since we're going to be using this component in the login and register, right? So let's now go to cd components, right? And then we want to generate a component Google login card. Yeah, just Google sign in card or whatever you call it. I think you'll just name your components like to be descriptive, like to have like better descriptions for yourself. Okay, so login, so this is the Google card container, right? So we're gonna have this Google card container. So now let me think, right? What do we need in this Google card container? The only thing we need is just the text that we want to center and our actual icon. So okay, I think then what we can actually do is log in with Google, right? And then over here, we can just have maybe an image. So this will then have like an src, and then this will be image. No, this will have like some assets, images, and then this should be Google logo, right? This is coming from our actual Google logo. Let's see. Do I even have that? Assets, images, Google. Okay, let me change this to be Google dash logo PNG, right? Okay, let's come over here, Google logo dot PNG, right? Google logo. Alrighty, this should actually do the trick for us. And now let's see. Moment of truth. Hmm. Let's see. This should actually start up something for us, right? Okay. So, without further ado, let's just say Google card, right? And then this will be app Google login card for us, right? That's gonna go over there. Let me just close everything and actually try viewing that. Then we'll just do the stylings after that, right? So what actually happened? Alright, you've got this divider. Let's reload this page and see. Okay, so we do have something showing. It seems like it just doesn't like this. Let's see. Yeah, don't think it likes that. Okay, anyways, I just don't like using this way of getting to a file. But if it works, then I guess it's the best solution. Alrighty. So let's get into like actually styling this, right? So how we'd style this is actually come here, paste that class, right? Wanna import our themes, right? Our theme, which is then gonna be our themes.scss. Alrighty. So wanna set like our padding to be maybe 11 pixels, right? Padding 11 pixels. Right, our padding will be like 11 pixels. We'll just say display flex, justify content center. Let's see. And then over here, we'd want to just make this image absolute. So we'll position its parent to relative so that this image is absolute to the parent div, right? So image, then we'll just say position absolute. Alrighty, let's see what happens. Okay, first and foremost, then let's just add a border of this thin border. Now let's see what happens, right? I think this is not bad. Alrighty. So this is not bad. So what we'll need to do over here is actually come right here, copy this, right? And then we'll just set this margin top to probably padding 20. Right, set that padding to 20 pixels, and then let's go back, right? So over here we'll just say, because now we want to just set it up to the left, right? So position this image to the left, which could take up probably 5%, 5 to 10%, shouldn't be bad. Let's see. Okay, I think 5% is quite. Yes, right. And then now we can just say top equals to 50 pixels, right? And then to center it, right, vertically, we'll then need to say transform, and then translate y, and that would be minus 50%, right? So this should try centering it. Yes. Okay, this isn't quite bad. So over here we can just set this to like maybe 13 pixels. Okay, yeah, and then we'll set like a border radius of, do we have a border radius? Let's just try this 5 pixels. So this would be so let's try in, no, it's 13 pixels top to bottom and 11 pixels left and right. So that's for the padding. This button is quite small, so let's try top to bottom. Let's make this a padding of 16, right? So please, like just to give you like some more knowledge or like clarity, right? So these are just CSS variables that are set up in my themes.css file, so that's why. So if I were to remove this should actually complain, right? So if I were to remove this should give me an error because these variables are actually in my themes.css file, so that's fine. Okay, I think this is big enough, right? And then probably I would like to make the font weight probably 500. Let's see. Or make it bold, which is 700. So let's see if we have like a grayish color. I don't know if this would actually do the trick for the text, but let's try. So let's say I want to set the color of this to that grayish color. If it's not visible enough, then I'll just leave it. Now I think this looks a bit off. No, this is font weight. That's font weight, which is bold. Yes, I think this looks a bit proper. Right, so now let's sort out this text over here, right? Just give it a bit of some margin. So this is on the login, and then we want to give the alternative, right? Class, probably a margin of like margin 16 or 10. Margin top, and then we'll just say margin probably 16. Yes, I think 16 is not that bad, right? Alrighty, so the next thing that we would want to do over here is say for password, right? We want to have this functionality where we can actually view and hide our password. So how we do that is, so first and foremost, what we can use over here is like our actual material icon. So how we use a material icon, just say material icon that. Hmm. Let's see. So we'll just do like this material icon over here. So I'm trying to think. Hmm. So after having this material icon, right, we have this error, and then we need to like obviously like import this material icon. So mat icon module. So for this mat icon module, then this should then do the trick, and then this should be like of mat suffix, if not mistaken, right? So this should be mat suffix, and we need to think this is visibility for an eye, right? Let's see. Oh yeah, so this is visibility, and then if it's not visible, then we'll need to say set the visible off, right? Visibility off, right? And then this should set up like the eye with that, showing that you can't actually see it, right? So but now we need to switch through like both of these, like visibility and visibility off. So how we can go about doing that is having like maybe a hidden boolean, right? Which is true or false, because there's two states to this, right? Whether we can see it or we can't. So hidden will start off as true. So hide, we'll just call this hide, right? Let me just put in some actual types. Oh, this is a boolean, so we'll just say hide, and then over here we'll just like to add in some logic. So if hide is truthy, right, then it should give us a visibility off, right, and then visibility. Yes, so if the hide is truthy, then the visibility off should be set, and then if hide is false, then it should be visible. So now let's try to see, right? So over here you can see that it's off, and then if I were to go to the TS over here and set this to false, and then you'll see, right? Okay, so that's fine over there, and then over here we need to also change this type, right? So if the type, so if hide is true, then the type should be password, and then if hide is false, then the type should be text. I think that's how you do it. Type and then text. So we have hide. So how do you do it? So we say hide that. Okay, let's try this. Yes, I think this is how it should be. So it must start off as true. Then if I show this, oh, so this should be like an on click here, right? So click, it should be like an on click. So if I click, then I just want to equate this to like just negate that, right? So that it actually switches state. Right, so if I click this will show my password, and then yeah, so this is fine, and that's fine, right? Alrighty, so I think we've done some cool stuff over there, right? So now what we can do is actually we'll try to add in like maybe some form errors, right? This is so that we don't want to log in like a user if they haven't actually entered their username, right? And password. So the username should be required, right? So with this, we should like actually use some sort of like some reactive forms, right? So how we can do this is username. So username is required. So this should show some error over here. So this says username is required. Let's see. So we have this math error over there, which is not showing. I don't know why. Okay, let's try to reload this. So ideally this should be showing, right? Okay, let's probably try to use this ngif right, and then right over here we'll just try to say password form control, which is equal to a new form control, and then we'll just set this to validators dot required. Righty, and then over here we'll just set this form control. So this will be like a form control. Oh man. This will be password control. So this would use like this password control, and then in our app modules over here we'll need to like import reactive forms, right? And also forms module. So we've got this forms module. Let's see. No. So let's see. We have this reactive forms and forms module, right? Alrighty, and then that works, I guess. So let's see over here if we're actually getting to something, right? So with this, I don't quite know why. So this has error, which is required. Alrighty, let's see. Oh yeah, now we're showing this, right? Or yes, right. Username is required. I don't know why this didn't want to show before, right? But anyways, right? So I guess this works, right? So instead of like just doing these, like maybe the password form control and username form control, we'll just have like a form group, right? So we'll just say login form, right, which is a form then this just passes like the username, right? So this is the username, which is a new form control, right? And over here I'll start off like empty. Then we have like an array of validators, which is like required, and this validator dot email, right? So over here, okay, then we'll just need to have like a password, and then this will be form control. Then this password just has one validator, which is required, right? Over here. So yes, this will run for that. So over here, what we need is like this form group, and then we'll equate this to the login form, right? Wow, this is taking a long time, longer than I expected, but it's still okay, right? So the next thing that we would like to do is actually come right here. So we have this forms, right? Form group, and then this would be like a form name, form control name, right? Form control name, right? And this would be like username. Over here we'll use a form control name, and this would be password, right? And then we also need to like handle some errors for that password, right? So password is required, and then another one has error like email. No, this is for the actual. Okay, so this is for this okay, so this comes in from this login form dot control. I think it's controls, right? Controls dot username, right? Okay, let's just use, I think it's get. Let's try this. Get username. How do I even get this? Username. Okay, let me just try this, right? So login dot controls, right? And then in this controls, and then I'll have password. Yes, login forms. Yes, I think this is how I access that, if not mistaken. I don't know. Sometimes we use Stack Overflow for such things. So sometimes you tend to forget. Okay, but over here, I guess since it's not giving us an error, it should be then right. So password is okay, invalid email. So this should be giving us like an invalid email. So let's see. No. So username is required. Oh no. Has error, which is our email, and then this should be username, right? If this one has an error, alrighty, let's see. Alright, as soon as I have yes, invalid email, right? And then this is password is required. So if I then yeah, I think this should then do the trick. Okay. Alrighty. I think this is quite fine for us. So the next thing that we would like to do over here is actually fix this up, right? So forgot password has like a question mark over there. Let's see. So this guy says forgot password. Where is it? So we'll just say forgot password, and then we'll go to the forgot label and just try to give it like a bit of some font weight, right? Let's see. If I give it a font weight of 500. 500 doesn't seem to work quite nice, but let's see. Okay, yeah, it's a bit bold. That's forgot password. And then when I click on this forgot password, or when I hover on this forgot password, I want to have like a cursor pointer, right? Cursor pointer. So this is for this as well. Alright. And then over here as well, I would want to have like this cursor pointer, which is quite cool. Alrighty. So we'll want to just have like a margin bottom under this welcome intro, this title intro. So margin bottom over here, which will then also be padding 16. Alright, I think this is fine for now. So what would we like to then do? Let's go to our routes, and then our routes over here we'd wanna also route to something else, right? Which is the registration page. So we'll have a path register, right, and a component which is register, registration component. And then if the path is this, redirect to login. So if the path is empty, redirect to the login, then we'll just have something of the sort, right? Then this path would be login, right? Yeah. So this is, I think this is fine. So what would happen? So if I go to an empty route, it should redirect to login. Is this how you do it? I don't know. I think path match 4, right? Yes. Alright, so that also fixed that issue for us. So let's see. I think for this card, Google card, font margin padding 20 was not enough. Let's try 24 to get it like some bit of some padding top padding. I meant to say. Let's go themes. Let's see. We just have that. Let's give it a padding of like 24 and see. Alrighty. Margin top of 24. Alrighty, not quite bad. So now what I want to do is when I click on this sign up, it should actually redirect me to our registration page, right? So over here, let's see if I can just add it here. We can just have like a router link, and this router link should route us to our registration page. I don't know if this is how you do it. Let's see. Moment of truth. So if I click on this, yes, this routes me to the registration page. So what I'll do for the registration page is actually copy everything I had there, right? And this should fairly go a bit quick, right? Copy and paste, and then I just say change the the login to register, replace all login with register, right? So we'll go ahead over here and copy the styles as well, right? So with the styles, we'll just paste all those styles, and then we'll just replace all login with register, right? Okay, there's a lot of stuff we'll need to then fix after that. So don't worry, don't worry. Alrighty, registration. Let's see if this registration is here. Okay, that's fine. So let's go ahead and fix some stuff, right? So first and foremost here, we've got an error, which is this, which we need to fix. So this needs to be a form group, and with this form group, this is new form group. Alrighty. So we'll use in like a username, which is new form control, and this is validators required validators dot email, because this is like an email, right? So alright, so that's fine. We'll need like a username. Our username is going to be our email as well, so we'll just then have like a phone number, and this should be new form control which is then required. Type phone number. We'll need like a password. We'll need like some sort of confirm password. Confirm password, right? So then we'll need this confirm password. Let's see. Over here, okay, no, so we need to just close it off there, and now let's see how many errors we have. Why is that the case? So we've got this showing right there. Right, let's just try serve. Hmm. Let's see. Let's wait and see. I don't know why. Why is this even actually complaining, right? App. Yes. This shouldn't be complaining, right? Oh, that was weird. Alrighty, but anyways, let's go and let's actually view our register screen, right? So when we click on register, we should be seeing the same form, right? But now we want to just say sign up. I'm gonna say sign up. I'm gonna say when I say sign up, I'm gonna remove this. We'll have like this as our username, right? And then we'll like have like a sort of like a phone number. Alright, phone number, and then phone number is required over here. So we'll have this phone number which is required. And then we also have this password. So this confirm password, so which is like an extra layer of like some protection. So hide. So this is also like a boolean which starts off as true. Alrighty. So over here we'll have this, that, just have like a confirm password. Alrighty. So this should then do the trick. So over here, this will say this is invalid. Alrighty. And then we should remove this, right? So we should remove forgot password in our login. And instead of this, sign in or login. And then we'll route you back to the login screen. And yeah, I guess that's all we needed, right? So now we've got like the sign up page, right? With all these validators that are actually working quite well. So I guess that's all we just needed to do for this video, right? Is create this beautiful login and registration page, right? So if you like the video and you're new to the channel, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. So with all that being said, peace.